Celebrating the holidays can lead to wonderful memories. This is also a perfect time to check in on older loved ones to explore the signs and situations that may indicate the need for extra support. How to recognize when a loved one might need assistance and the steps to take can help keep the holidays merry and safe. Hello everyone, I'm Cheryl Musial and welcome to My Care Advisors. In this episode, Home for the Holidays, recognizing when extra support may be needed, we're joined by Marianne Pickell. She's a certified senior advisor and owner of Care Patrol Lehigh Valley and Upper Bucks. Well, welcome, Marianne. Thank you for joining our listeners today and sharing this important information.
Thank you, Cheryl. I'm so happy to be here.
Marianne, the holiday season is upon us, and for many of us, that means visiting family members. So what are a few key considerations to keep in mind when hosting older adults who may have special care needs?
So I would say keep things simple. Sometimes we get too wrapped up in doing all the traditions that we have always done in the past. However, we still can enjoy the holidays with an older adult without overwhelming them or ourselves while trying to do too much.
I love that. Just keeping it simple and keeping it real during the holidays. It sounds like it's already off to a great start. So Marianne, what are a few steps hosts can take to prepare their home for older adults who will be visiting during the holidays?
I would say just make sure that your loved one is comfortable and involved to their ability. Perhaps they can no longer do all of the cooking they once did, but they can share a special recipe and perhaps help to prepare that recipe. Also sharing the responsibility with other family members that they can prepare some of the meal to share. Then plan for some downtime, perhaps listening to some music or watching a family movie together.
I really like your thought about that special recipe, especially the family recipes to get people involved and engaged. And Marianne, I was wondering, can you share a client story or ideas just how to keep those older adults engaged? You started to mention a few, especially during, the holidays and if they're living in an assisted living community.
So holidays can be fun, but too many activities can overwhelm an older loved one. Instead of planning too many activities in one day, perhaps pick up your loved one and go out for lunch to enjoy some time together, and then return mom or dad to the community before they become overwhelmed and stressed. Perhaps ask them if they have a shopping list that you can pick up some items that they were looking to pick up for their family members.
I really like your idea about just that special time together. It sounds like that can really enhance the holidays and making those special memories. These are such great suggestions. So can you share a few common signs and situations that may indicate an older loved one needs extra support, especially during these visits?
Yes, definitely. I think ambulation is a big issue for a lot of our older loved ones. So especially if you're taking a loved one out for shopping, it can become wary when ambulating for long periods of time. So perhaps bring a walker, a wheelchair, or a scooter if your outing will be involving a lot of walking. And then make a plan for frequent breaks for hydrating and going to the bathroom. A shorter outing may be best.
Yeah, that totally makes sense. And also, can you please share a few tips on how to start the conversation with a loved one, especially if you notice that they need extra support?
It's always best to have a plan when entertaining an older loved one. Perhaps ask them what will make that time spending together more enjoyable. Talk with your mom or dad or an older relative and ask them what would make their visit much more easy for them.
Right. Well, conversation is key. And I was thinking of that. Are there any resources or tools that you suggest that could help support the health and well-being of those older loved ones, especially during the holidays? It's so filled with stress, and wondering what the thoughts that you may have on that.
So on carepatrol.com, we do have a blog stating tips for making the holidays less stressful and more joyous. That can certainly share some tips with you on how to make the holidays much more fun when sharing with an older adult. Also, if you are visiting your parents from far away and coming in from out of town and have not seen them for some time, I would recommend looking at our brochure stating 20 signs that your loved one may need more help. This can be a useful tool to indicate that it may be time to set up an appointment with a Care Patrol certified senior advisor to put a plan together. Having a plan for the care of your loved one and discussing what your parents or older adult in your life would want in that plan honors their choices and helps you to act on those choices when the time comes.
Oh, so listeners, we'll have those resources that Marianne just mentioned on the website, so be sure to check that out. Well, thank you, Marianne, for just sharing some of those insights and the information with our listeners. And just wondering if you have any closing thoughts you'd like to share.
I just want to thank you, Cheryl, for having me today. I really enjoyed speaking with you and sharing some information for your listeners to share the holidays with their loved ones and making it a non-stress, enjoyable time.
Listeners, to view resources, show notes, and access more My Care Advisors episodes, visit mycareadvisors.com. You can also subscribe and listen to our podcast on your favorite app. I leave you with this quote from Amy Lee McCree. The holiday season is about love. Share it, spread it, and live it. Choose to be inspired to live the best life every day. Thank you for listening. We are grateful to be your guide.